Good day everyone, and especially to my instructor, Sir Anthony Gamali. Good day sir. By the way, my name is Patrick James Silagumbay, B. Scrum 2, Misamis Oriental Institute of Science and Technology. And I live in Talusan, Balingsag, Misamis Oriental. And today, I will discuss the chapter that I can choose, the chapter that I can choose is chapter 4, the camera. So I will explain what is camera. So camera is a tight box with a lens to form an image with a shutter and diaphragm to control the entry of the image. A main of holding a film to record the image, and a viewer vendor to show the photographer what the image. So there are 10 different types of camera. So first, DSLR camera, and second, mirrorless camera, and third, bridge camera, and fourth is compact camera, and fifth, film camera, and sixth, action camera, and 7, 360 camera, and 8, smartphone camera, and 9, instant camera, and 10, medium format camera. So SLOR camera is digital single lens reflex. Cameras is a digital camera that combine the optic and the mechanism of a single lens camera with a digital camera sensor. And mirrorless camera. A mirrorless camera is interchangeable lens. Camera are simple mirrorless camera, also called digital single lens. Mirror is a photo camera featuring a single removable lens and digital display. Bridge camera. Bridge camera are camera that fill the unite between the single lens reflex camera and the point and the shoot camera with are prominent in the prosumer market segment. And compact camera, a point and shoot camera, also known as a compact camera, and sometimes abbreviated to P and S, is a still camera designed primarily for simple operation. Film camera, a camera that exposes photographic film to light in order to take a picture. You sense the light in 18,000 S. The film is a chemical emulsion on a plastic subtractive subtract that is sensitive to light. Action camera. Action camera or action cam is a digital camera designed for recording action while being immersed in it. And 360 camera. In photography, on omnidirectional camera, also known as 360 degree camera, is a camera having a field of view that viewer approximately the entire sphere or the less a full circle in the horizontal plane. Smartphone. So, a smartphone camera phone is a mobile phone which is able to capture, photograph and obtain record video using one or more built-in digital camera. Instant camera, a camera of types which instant processing which produce a finished print rapidly after its exposure. Medium format camera has traditionally referred to film format in photography and relate camera and equipment that use film. And the camera size of the film, the use or format of the picture they produce. First, large format camera. 8x10 is usually the large and most detailed large format film camera that does not require further enhancement when developing the image. In filmmaking, large format usually refers to film stock that is 65 mm or 65 millimeters and 70 millimeters or digital equivalent. Medium format camera. Some of those camera are folding types with a balloon, and some are the rigid body with the film size 120 to 220 and 70 mm or 70 millimeters. Small format camera. Cameras that produce negative smaller than 65 millimeters. are considered smaller format camera. Small format camera are preferable when you need to maximum freedom or movement and a large number of negative without reloading the camera. Overall and design function. View camera. A view camera is a large format camera in which the lens form an inverted image on a ground glass screen directly at the plan of the film. System camera. A system camera is a camera which interchangeable component that constitute the core or system. Camera are often single lens reflex or twin lens reflex between can also be rangefinder camera or more reservedly mirrorless interchangeable lines. Digital camera digital camera. So a digital camera is a camera that capture photograph is digital memory. Most camera products today are digital, largely replacing the capture. So there are two types of digital camera. So first, non-SLR digital camera. And second, digital SLR camera. So what is non-SL camera? What is non-SL digital camera? Non-SL digital camera as a digital SLR camera. Non-SLR digital camera is a digital equivalent of a point and shoot film camera in that the tin is built into the camera and can't be removed. So digital SLR camera, the reflex design chain in the primary difference between DSLR and other essential camera. So other further of a digital camera. So image product are taken by a digital camera can be viewed in computer, monitor, or TV set. For hard copies of such image, a computer printer is used. Liquid crystal device or LCD monitor digital point and shoot camera sometimes do not have a optical viewfinder. This camera feature or color LCD screen on the camera back or not that can be showing on the side, which serves multiple duty as viewfinder, control panel, and instant playback monitor. Flash unit, although generally not necessary, but is required for a backlight subject or in a really low light level. And zoom lens capability, wide angle normal, telephoto, even macro. Sound recording, where you can record audio chipsets such as short description of image taken or noise in the surrounding area. Removable lens that can see around corner. These simple types of camera in the box types also commonly referred to as the schematic or the near generation point and shoot camera. With these types of camera, all you need to do is to open it back, load the film, close the back when the film, then take the picture. Method of image formation. There are pinhole. Pinhole is a small or tiny hole which produce or image entirely free from distortion, but its image is so dim that it is impractically long, even if the fastest film is used. It is also non-practical to enlarge the hole for more light because the large the hole more blurred is the image. Shadow method. Even image formed by this method is simply the shadow or an object. The chief of application of this method is in X-ray photography and in making photogram. And what is lens? Lens is transparent medium which either converges or diverges light ray passing through it to form an image. Generally, there are two types of lenses. First is the convergent of positive of or convex lens, and the second is the divergent negative or con concave lens. The convergent of positive or convergent lines is always thicker at the center and thinner and side. Light passing through it are bended towards each other on the other side of the lines, meeting at a point. It produce a real image on the opposite side of the lines or their light is coming from. And the second is the divergent negative or convergent line is this lines is always thinner at the center and thicker at the side. Light passing through it are bended always away from each other as if coming from a point, produce a virtual image on the same side of the lines or where lights is coming from. So inherent lens defect or apprehension. There are three types of inherent lens defect of apprehension. So first, apherical apprehension, and second, coma, third, curvature field. So first, spherical apprehension. Inherent lens different of apprehension is the ideas lens of forensic photography would be capable of proceeding critically sharp and disruption free image. Some other lenses are unfit for the preparation of photographic evidence because they have optical defect known as apprehension. So spherical apprehension is when light are passing through near the center part of the converging lines are bended more sharply than those rays. Feeling in the edge, the ray coming from the edge are focused on a plane near the lens that those coming from the center parts. Coma. This is the other form of spherical apprehension, but is concerned with the light ray entering the lens obliquely. The defect is noticeable only on the other edge and not on the central parts of the lens. If a lens has comma, circular object is reproduced at the corner of the negative or comet-like form. Curvature of field. This is the kind of defect where the image formed by a lens come sharper because I focus in a curved surface in a flat surface. The correction of this defect is similar to spherical aberration and coma. So there are four types of lines as according to their degree of correction to this lines aberration. Achromatic lines first, second rapid rectilinear lines, to third anastigmat line, fourth apochromat lines. So achromatic lines is correct from chromatic aberration. Rapid rectilinear lines is correct for distortion. Anastigmat lines is correct for astigmatism as well as the other lines of defect. Apochromat lines is also correct for astigmatism but with higher degree of correction to color. So they are four types of lines as according to focal light. So first, wide angle lens. Second, normal lines. And third, telephoto lens. And fourth, zoom lens. So I will explain what is the wide angle lens. A wide angle lens is any lens with a short focal length and a wide field of view. These lines allow the camera to capture much more of the scenes than a normal lens can also. It allow the photographer to get as close to the subject as possible without excluding crucial elements in the background scenes, which give the viewer the feeling of being. It means that is take you seemingly same likes you view the sense with your own is rather than through a photography. Usually these types of lines is used in taking picture indoor or inside or small room, yet can also be used. It's also be used outdoor to get uh, panoramic view of scenes. Personally, photographers are usually the one who are capable in use it. So let's proceed the second. Normal lens. This types of lens is also called a standard lens with hard a focal light between 35 millimeters to 50 millimeters. The focal light of normal lens are most similar to how the human eye senses the world. It is often used to give a short, naturalistic look which fall to distort perspective that can be used to be usually tell you a story. So I'll proceed. Third, telephoto lens. This types of lens has focal light of 60 millimeters or longer. It was classified to variety. Medium telephoto has 70 to 200 millimeters focal lights, and super telephoto has longer than 30 millimeters focal lights. This lights is incredibly popular among amateurs and professional photographer. It is useful in variety of situation as it make subject appear closer to the camera. It help emphasize blurred background and are excellent at creating flattering portrait, which mean that it can help you take your photography to the next level. So fourth is zoom lens. Zoom lens is types of lens offer the photography a useful range of different focal length. A single lens single lens. It allow for quick and easy reframing of a sense while staying in the same physical position. So lens diaphragm. Lens diaphragm. In between the lens component of a camera is a mental diagram which can be expanded or construct by moving a turning ring on the lens mount or barrel. The size of the opening indicate by marketing of numbers. Each F number represent the ratio of the focal light of the lens and diameter of the opening. Diaphragm diaphragm as controller of speed. By expanding or constricting the diaphragm, it is possible to regulate the amount of light passing through the lens. The diaphragm serve as a speed through title in the series of F number, the lowest number is the west opening or the one that give the most amount of light, and conversely the highest number is the smallest opening or the one that give the least amount of light. Diaphragm as controller of depth of field. In theory, it is not possible to focus a lens in more than one distance at the same time in actual practice. However, in any given lens, objects that are near or the near and this is the size of the diaphragm opening. The general rule governing this factor is the smaller the opening, the longer is the depth of field. Conversely, the wider it is opening, the shorter is the depth of field. So the focal light of the lens. The general rule is the shorter and focal light, the wider or longer is the depth or field, not vice versa. The longer is the focal light, the shorter is the depth of field. And circle of confusion. Other factor that affect the depth of field is the size of the circle of confusion, which is the considered capable circle of confunction refers to a smaller circle which is the same by the eye not as a circle but a dot or point. hyperfocal focal distance. This is the nearest distance as a which a line is the focus which a given particular diaphragm, deep drag opening which will give a maximum depth of field. Deep drag as a controller of definition. This term definition, this is ability of the lens to form as a clear image of fine details, not even a theoretically effect lens would be capable of image a point source of light as a geometric point. Photographic perspective and correct viewing distance. The human eye sees the three dimension, but a lens reproduced a view in two dimension. The missing dimension depth is suggested mainly by the relative size and position of virus versus object in the photograph. Focusing. When a light passes through a convergent lens, the light rays are bended toward each other, meeting at a point which is the point of focus. When the subject of distance to other lens, the short or near the converging point of the light ray behind the lens increases and vice versa. Method of focusing. On the mount or barrel or the camera lens, there are two set of preset distance, precise in feet and in meter. This is the scroll bed or focusing scroll. So rangefinder. A rangefinder is a mechanism used to measure the angle of convergence of light as same from two aperture or opening but viewing at the same time. In modern cameras, rangefinder is coupled with the viewfinder and ground glass. This method of focusing is a accomplish direct observation of the image of the subject on glass with finely grounded surface with as a ground glass. Deep focusing or focal range. When a lens is focused on any given subject, there is one lens to film distance where the image is sharpened as the lens is removed to close the film further away from film. The surface decrease. And bracketing. First, calculating film exposure. Actually, there is not one correct exposure, but there is an idea or proper exposure. Exposure is therefore subjective, and error in calculating could result in either overexposure or underexposure. So, second, bracketing. This technique is used when exposure calculation that will give a desired result in uncertain. Make several exposure of this is a more often calculate exposure by 2 for the stop. Third, exposure meter. Photographic exposure meter measure light's intensity and have calculator or capture to find camera settings that I will produce good exposure. Shutter speed. But electronic flash unit and flash belt provide light and reality have illumination level in a short period of time. Lens opening. Flash exposure may be computed by the use of the guide number of a flash unit. There are 3 types of off-camera flash. So first, multiple flash. Second, fill-in flash. So third, open flash. More than one flash unit is used. One is connected to the camera with a flash cord, with the other attached to a self unit. Second, fill-in flash. When you want to element or add illumination to shadow areas or subject to details that otherwise will appear clearly the final picture. Opening flash. This speed is the set of B, or once the shutter is opening, the flash is optical or fair release manual. There are 4 types of filter. So first, light balance filter. Second, color compositing filter. And third, natural density filter, and fourth, polarizing filter. So light filter balance filter, a filter used to change the color quality of the exposing light in order to secure property colors balance for artificial light film. Second, color compensating filter. This is used to change the overall color balance of photographic result obtained with color film and compensate for difference in the quality of exposing energy. Natural density filter. This filter is used when the light is too bright to allow the use of desired if number shutter speed with a particular film. And fourth, polarizing filter is used to reduce or maximize reflection or subject like water, glass, and highly polished surface. And thank you and God bless.